I like you cut, G. Fuck. Got my shit lined up. So what, man can't get his shit lined up anymore? I like you cut, G. Welcome back, everybody. The Christmas lights are gone.
Why are we still here?
But Reddit is still here. I love Reddit. I love Reddit so much. Excuse me, dear, can you go open to the top cabinet for me and get the Reddit? My nephew never gives me Reddit gold anymore. Reading Reddit is basically just a hobby, so I'll make another reading Am I the Asshole, which is, of course, the best Reddit. Why is r/Am I the Asshole the best Reddit, you might ask? Tucker Carlson doing a segment on r/Am I the Asshole. What's going on? Why are there this many assholes on Reddit? Who's doing this? Who's the asshole? Maybe it's you. Maybe it's your family. It's the best Reddit when the person who's writing the post is actually the asshole, and you can clearly tell they just want the people in the comments to validate their feelings. Guys, I didn't want to go do the dishes because I have anxiety. Am I the asshole? Alright, enough mumbo jumbo. We're getting into it. Am I the asshole for giving my daughter a car but her sister's no car? When my daughter turned 15, I made each of them a promise that if they didn't go around our backs and secretly smoke until they turned 21, I would buy them a car, within reason, obviously. Our oldest, Haley, now 25, broke that promise when she was 16 when we caught her smoking. Cynthia, now 23, broke that promise when she was 18, but later admitted that she had already tried it when she was 17. Both of them, fortunately, don't smoke anymore. When it happened, we were disappointed and somewhat mad, but we talked about it again about the risks. We realized we couldn't really stop them if they wanted to. They didn't seem that upset about the promise and probably thought I wasn't serious. But our youngest, Jennifer, now 21, never smoked. She was honest about this, and her sisters also said Jennifer never smoked. After she turned 21, she came to me to talk about the promise. While I was hesitant, I wasn't going to break a promise that I made to her, so I bought her a car. This did not go over well with Haley and Cynthia, who argued it was really unfair, and they are now really mad at me. Their mother, now my ex-wife, has also said that I shouldn't have bought Jennifer a car. Am I the asshole? No. Nah, you're a man of your word, brother. Not the asshole. It seems the facts aren't in dispute. No one is contending that Jennifer secretly smoked, and no one is contending the wording of your promise. It just seems that some of your daughters don't like the consequences of their actions. It's super fucking easy to smoke too. Hey, don't say that. Am I the asshole for eating dinner in front of in-law visitors? Basically, there's been 2 times recently when we've been in the middle of eating dinner, and either her parents/her sisters have called at our house. Not to be rude and turn them away, we invite them in each time, and each visitor has seen we've been eating dinner and not acknowledged it. If it was me, I'd insist on leaving and calling back. But they didn't seem to have a problem. Each time I've continued to eat my dinner while chatting to her family. My wife does it and waits until they've left. We got into an argument about it the other day, and she thinks I'm incredibly rude by continuing to eat while her parents/sisters have been in the house. My point is, when they arrive, they clearly see we're in the middle of eating and don't suggest calling back another time. So why should I have to stop eating and be inconvenienced? I just don't get how I'm the rude person in this situation. I definitely feel it's her family. Am I just a greedy, hungry, impatient asshole? Nah, that's silly. That's silly incel. I almost said silly incel nonsense. That's silly in-law nonsense. The dinner has fallen. Billions must wait to eat. These are the best. I don't know if you're familiar. Celsius Live Fit. The standard 200 milligrams Celsius is insufficient. This is 270 milligrams. Nice and meaty. It's girthier, and we all know your net worth is your net girth. Alright, next. Am I the asshole for telling significant other I don't want him to have more custody of his son? Can't read these. Am I the asshole for refusing to fund my boyfriend's genius idea? I, female 24, have been dating my boyfriend, male 29, for 3 years, and while he's always been a bit wacky, I usually find it kind of endearing. This time, however, he's really outdone himself. A few weeks ago, he told me he had a groundbreaking idea that would change humanity forever. Entertaining him, I asked what it was. His answer? He wants to invent a new color. Before we go any further, it's important to note that we are both college graduates. I graduated in biochemistry last year, and my boyfriend graduated in philosophy a few years before, which makes this all the wilder, I guess. I tried to gently point out that colors exist as part of the visible spectrum of light, so unless he was about to discover some new wavelength, this might not be possible. But he waved me off, calling me close-minded and saying he was enlightened in a way you'll never be. At first I just nodded and let him ramble about his vision, but then he told me he needed funding to start his research. Specifically, he wanted me to give him $4,000 so he could buy supplies, including advanced art tools, a lab coat because apparently scientists wear them, so it would make him feel smarter, and, wait for it, a trip to the desert because he thinks the pure sunlight there will inspire him. I told him absolutely not, I'm saving for grad school, and even if I weren't, I'm not dropping thousands of dollars on his whatever this is. He got mad, saying I didn't believe in him or his potential to revolutionize human perception. He even accused me of being jealous that he had a world-changing idea and I didn't. I got really heated and he ended up saying a lot of things about using my card as he knew the details anyways. For reference, he's been unemployed for a while now, whilst I've got a regular job. I ended up saying some things I do regret, but a lot of it was retaliation. Now he's been sulking and telling everyone I'm unsupportive and afraid of innovation. His friends are backing him up, saying I should be encouraging creativity instead of crushing his dreams. Am I the asshole for refusing to fund his quest into... Am I the asshole for refusing to fund his quest to invent a new color? Edit. In terms of drugs, we smoke weed occasionally, but haven't in the past few weeks. I've never seen him do any other drugs, nor have I found any in the house. So I do not know if I can really blame this on a bad trip. Thank you guys for all the advice. I've moved the majority of my money into a second bank account. Jesus. Got the top reply here, saying he was enlightened in a way you'll never be. With his superior enlightened brain, he should easily be able to figure out how to make $4,000 himself. Yeah. Alert your credit card company about his access and remove him from the authorized users if he is one. Sounds like he's having a manic episode and may need some meds. Yeah, I mean, probably. Alright, next. Am I the asshole for getting tired of my friend talking about her dead boyfriend? Yikes. Am I the asshole for refusing to give up my vacation plans for a family emergency? This one sounds like a dilemma.
This was an epic post, but unfortunately, it got deleted by the user. And I didn't screen cap it during recording because I have a low IQ.
Am I the asshole for making fun of my dad's aim on a video game when he has a disability? Ugh. My dad likes to play Fortnite. He previously played with me and my sister a lot, but now he plays it on his own as well. Tonight, I was watching him play. He plays on console, and while he got into a firefight, he was shooting the ground for half his clip, so I made fun of him a bit. It was just a basic joke, like, LOL, he's shooting the ground, but my dad was in a motorcycle accident years ago and lost a lot of the mobility in his left hand because of it, so he has trouble playing on the controller. I wasn't thinking about this at the time, just poking fun at him because he was shooting at the ground for a long time. My family often rips into me during gaming, so I thought it would be okay. But he replied with these exact words, "Shut the fuck up, I'm sick of you, it's already unenjoyable to play with you." I didn't even know what to say. I just went silent and left the room. I feel like he must have been very upset and hurt to react in the way that he did. He had previously been saying that it sucks that he mostly plays alone now, so I've been playing with him whenever I can. I don't actually like Fortnite anymore, so I play just for him. But now I'm wondering if I'm actually just being a burden on him and actually very unfun to be around whenever I'm on Fortnite. I just recently received an ADHD diagnosis, and I'm grappling with feeling worried that people hate me and that I'm annoying. To hear my dad say that definitely hurt. I also just lost a bunch of friends due to things that I didn't even realize were issues until it was too late. I feel like this guy might be leaving information out. So this really solidified me feeling that my behavior is not okay to others, but I don't know how to fix it. I don't know how to act in a way that is perceived positively by him. I know that his limited mobility is hard for him, but I didn't know it was such a sore spot regarding the aim. Now I feel extremely guilty and sad that I hurt his feelings. Am I the asshole? How should I apologize? I'm 18 female. Don't beat yourself up over it. In most contexts, a bit of gentle teasing is fine. I think you just caught him at the wrong moment and he snapped. Probably more to do with his own frustration at himself. At worst, you're annoying to play video games with. So what? Apologize if it will make you feel better. I have a feeling he might also excuse me. I have a feeling he might also apologize to you. Yeah, it's a nice answer. Sorry, but I think you're the asshole. Clearly an unpopular opinion. Big, you knew his hand troubles were difficult for him, and you decide to make fun of him? I just couldn't ever imagine doing that to my parent. Do you often make these kinds of comments when playing? Because he clearly does not enjoy playing with you. And ADHD diagnosis isn't an excuse to be rude to your friends and family. Yeah, that was a rough one. Am I the asshole for canceling an app project because my partner tried to rip me off? So basically, this is what happened. A colleague of mine and I came together because we found out that we had the same idea independently for a we have. No one can write. I'm assuming he says an idea. For a we have at work, comma. I, 29 male, and my colleague Sarah, 31 female, decided to make an app outside of work hours. I was the only one who had a technical background, so I took on the task of developing the app, and she took on the administrative. I want to be clear that I could have. You need punctuation in your writing, man. She took on the administrative. I want to be clear that I could have done that as well, but offloading my work is a nice thing. I mean, you're good at the developing, you're not good at the writing the sentence. The development went nicely. I made nice progress. She informed all relevant parties that it was going well until a few months ago where everything fell apart. She got in lawyers to, as she put it, get legal protection, which I was fine with, so a contract was drafted was drafted. Unfortunately, I'm having a really hard time reading this, which I was fine with. So a contract was drafted. Unfortunately, it was so heavily skewed in her favor that I walked that meeting speechless. I hand over all rights to, and she would market it, but I would be responsible for the maintenance. All I would get would be a percentage of the net income with no other protections for me. Obviously, I rejected this contract. She then drafted the second one where we would share the app. She would get a significant amount of money, but I would get nothing again. I would have to be responsible for the maintenance, so I rejected that one too. It was clear to me that she just used me to develop an app. At this point, I to her. I'm sorry, I'm really trying my hardest. I put the development on hold and informed all relevant parties myself. She continued to try and contact me and persuade me, but I stood firm. Recently, someone came in and tried to mediate between us so that this app would see the light. The design comes from as well as all the logic, all the features of the so it was my app I could launch independently. I can't read this. This is I would love to finish it, but this isn't even good content. Am I the asshole for nagging my boyfriend when he was having fun with his buddies? My 22 female boyfriend, 23 male, last night was drinking beers and watching a football game with his buddies. Freaking sweet.
My friends and I sometimes got together and had parties on weekends. I drank beer with my friends. Sometimes I had too many beers. I liked beer. I still like beer, which I gladly do and which I fully embrace.
You know, I'm sorry, but the boys are going to be the boys. The boys are going to drink their beer, and the boys are going to put in their zins. I didn't have anywhere to go, so I stayed in and decided to work on my college project that was due in a week or so in the kitchen. They had ordered pizza and chicken wings. Dude, this just sounds epic. And they put all the food on the floor instead of the table because there wasn't enough space. I told him to put it on the table instead, but he ignored me and told me he'd clean it himself later. Anyway, I was trying to focus on studying, but whenever a goal was scored, they would get so loud I had to go sit outside on the balcony to completely focus. At one point, they were making so much noise I had to go back inside to scold them like I was their mom to pipe down and let me do my homework. My boyfriend told me sorry, but they were watching a football game. What did I expect? And I told him that it was inconsiderate of him to not think about my studies. He told me that I wasn't even studying, and He told me that I wasn't even studying, and I was also making FaceTime calls, but I told him it didn't matter. I made those calls to ask my friends about the project. After his friends left, he cleaned up thankfully, but he left a drink on the floor, so I kindly reminded him to clean it up. He got fed up with me and told me to stop nagging him like I'm his mom, and I should try having fun once in a while. Still haven't made up. Am I the asshole? Yeah. So I stayed in and decided to work on my college project. That sentence alone makes me think he was already watching the game with his friends when you decided to start working on your project. You knew he was going to be there with his friends, possibly making a food-related mess, but definitely making a lot of noise. If you were planning to study and he decided to spring this on you, that's one thing. But according to your post, the opposite happened. You didn't need to be there studying at that point. You chose to be there because you didn't have anywhere to go. So yes, definitely you're the asshole. Not just for nagging him, but for basically manipulating the situation so that you could spend the entire evening nagging him. No wonder he's upset at you. What a shitty night for him and his friends, with his nagging old Grammy yammering at them every 10 minutes about something they're doing wrong. They probably won't come back, which is probably what you were aiming for, huh? Yep, she totally set herself up to be miserable as some dumb test for him to prove his loyalty to her instead of his dumb caveman buddies. Yeah, her FaceTiming her friends so they could see how inconsiderate her boyfriend was what really put it over the top for me. This was totally a setup. Alright, everyone in the comments is sort of on the same page here. Alright, well that's nice. Alright, well that makes me feel better about Reddit. These guys see what's going on here. This is a classic. This is a classic shitty girlfriend tactic. That's funny. Am I the asshole for turning a prank into a full-on social media scandal? My best friend, 25 male, and I, 25 female, always prank each other. It's our thing. He once changed my phone's autocorrect to duck for every swear word. Harmless fun. So I thought it'd be funny to post a fake engagement announcement for him on Facebook, tagging his ex, who still kind of stalks him online. It blew up. His family started calling, his actual girlfriend freaked out, and his ex commented, "We need to talk." Now he's furious, and his girlfriend blocked me. It was just a joke. Am I the asshole for letting it spiral? You're the asshole, not funny at all. Especially since the ex still kind of stalks him online and he has another girlfriend. Pranks are funny until they hurt people, and that hurts some folks. You let your prank go too far. Yeah, that's kind of nuts. Am I the asshole for telling my teacher that the whole class is cheating? Yes. Alright, I think that's good for this one. For the next one, I'm gonna be reviewing Minecraft updates from 1.0 to 1.21, but I'm going to be dubbing it over with AI Sean Hannity.